slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
He's just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Until people come before profit. Until all energy is clean. Until the wild is truly free. Earth Justice will never rest. Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the planet and its people for nearly 50 years. Earth Justice has 150 full-time lawyers fighting in court for our planet's future and representing all clients free of charge. No one fights more cases on the environment than Earth Justice. And we win because these are fights we cannot lose. Until justice stands for all, Earth Justice will never rest. If you share our restless spirit and want to commit to fighting for a just and equitable future for everyone, go to earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the Earth needs a good lawyer.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Always remember, you can stream and watch us live on YouTube at 1017thetruth.com. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will never, ever, 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 ever miss a live show. So, it's Friday, Truth Community Awards. Doors open at 5:30. Program rolls out at about 6:15, 6:30. We're going to rock it for about an hour and a half, and then we rolling out. We're going to party with some of the coolest people in Milwaukee for all the awards and all the things they've done in the community. So if you have not gotten your ticket, I don't know, can you still get a ticket? You might be able to. Go to 1017 Truth Awards. That's 1017truthawards.com. And, you can go in. Recipients this year, Andre Douglas, Erica Crowley, Farina Brooks, Joseph Addison, Melody McCurtis, and Shawana Lindenberg. We want to say thank you to them for making a real difference in our community. The awards are presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel and sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, and Venue 3, because that's where we're going to be holding it at, Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, hosted by Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman from The Moanin' Show, Truth in the Moanin', right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. If you got something you want to pop off about today, let me know. I got truth trivia that's going to be going on. I got all that stuff that's going. So just make sure you hang out. I got top 5 at 5. Got a few other things. So I think it'll be great. I believe that this will be one of the greatest days, probably because we got the Truth Community Awards. That's probably the most important, except I got to stop saying probably, because probably shouldn't be in my vocabulary. It is the most important thing in the world to do. And so I'm just here, want to say thanks for hanging out on the on the Talking Text line. Hey, what's up, Quanda? I see you, Dr. Ken. Enjoy and have an amazing night and weekend. Well, you all tell me, where's the best place for me to broadcast live from the Truth Awards? Should I just put it on X? Should I put it on Facebook? Should I go to I might do LinkedIn. I'm Dr. Kenneth Harris Jr. on LinkedIn. If you go to LinkedIn, you'll be able to find it and see me and all that stuff. So I'm just saying. I'm a little perplexed about some things that are going on in Milwaukee. And I try to save everything, even though I popped off on Wednesday and on Thursday. I try to save what I'm going to do for Pop Off Friday. Reason being, there's some things, that word I have trouble with. Specific. I don't know why I can't say that word. I always want to say Pacific. That are specific to Milwaukee that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Because I don't think you're upset or mad enough. Milwaukeeans seem to be mad about things that don't make any sense. They seem to be mad about things that, they're okay. But at some point, you should kind of pop off about it. Oh, by the way, I want to remind you, we have the Sounds of Gospel giveaway that we're going to be doing today as well. So I got to squeeze everything in the 5 o'clock hour. I'm sorry, in the 4 o'clock hour, because in the 5 o'clock hour, we've got a basketball game at 5:30, and we got the Truth Community Awards coming up. So it's a short day today. But let me share something with you. From where I sit, even though I think you should be angry about these things, anger really isn't the enemy. I think misplaced anger is. Unfocused anger. But I believe righteous, informed anger, that's usually the first step if you're going to organize and change something. So I want to just address 3 things in Milwaukee that Black people have every right to be angry about, and more importantly, what we have to do with that anger. And first, which is the biggest and the easiest, is the education gap that still hasn't been closed. We've been struggling with this. We have the widest racial gap in America. Year after year after year, the data tells us the same thing. Too many Black children are not reading at grade level. They're not doing math at grade level. They can't do word problems at grade level. All those things. and they're not being positioned for competitive futures. Now, this is not about blaming children, blaming the parents, or blaming the teachers. It's about the system that we have in place that's been underperforming for decades while families are just told to be patient. Well, we've got a new superintendent. Give her some time. But from where I sit, patience without progress is negligence. Because when a child can't read proficiently by third grade, they know that they're only going to teach enrichment after that. So if you can't read or if you can't write, you're done. The likelihood of future academic struggle increases dramatically. And in too many Milwaukee neighborhoods, that pipeline is still there. It's called jail. It's called prison. You should demand a measurable outcome. And if the teacher doesn't meet it, if the school doesn't meet it, you get rid of them. Otherwise, it's just well-worded strategic plans. It's nice, it's cute, but we never quite do it. Second, I always talk about money. We talk about economic development. I always talk about it individually and leaving a legacy. But what about the neighborhoods? Drive across Milwaukee. You ever see a crane on the north side? There's been chronic disinvestment on the north side of Milwaukee. No ribbon cuttings. Well, you see them downtown, commercial buildings, and they're trying to put in a new Baird hotel, all that stuff. Nothing in predominantly black neighborhoods. Vacancy, undercapitalization, slow recovery. Now, Milwaukee has development. We've got black developers. But the question Black Milwaukee has to keep asking, developing for who? Investing where? And who owns it? Now, let's be clear. Economic growth is not going to materially change black household wealth. Black business ownership, commercial stability, growth, it's uneven at best. At worst, it excludes us. And so anger here should not become cynicism, it should become strategy. You need to own land. You need to form a business. Cooperative economics, help each other out, and policy pressure that actually tracks where the dollars go. But then there's finally the media. I don't even know where to start. In Milwaukee and across America, there's this troubling contradiction that continues to surface in public discourse. I heard the other day that a group of white people were screaming about historical accuracy. There was somebody in history, I forget who it was, and they have a black actress playing it. I thought it was kind of strange, but hey, what can we do? So they complain about historical accuracy when a black actress plays a traditionally white character in a film or TV, yet many of those same voices minimize, sanitize, and outright dismiss well-documented history about racial injustice inflicted on black Americans like slavery. They don't want to hear anything about that. They want to take it out of the books. They want to make it this nice thing in a textbook, in a history book. It was, the Civil War really wasn't a civil war. They had a disagreement about they don't even want to call them slaves anymore. That inconsistency is precisely why many black people here feel justified in their frustration. Now, from where I'm sitting on the truth, the issue is not simply about casting choices in entertainment. It's about whose history is treated as sacred and whose suffering is treated as, negotiable. When accuracy is selectively enforced only in spaces that provide traditional white imagery, like TV shows, movies, but resisted when it comes to confronting uncomfortable truths in that same space about segregation, housing discrimination, school inequities, policy disparities, there's a credibility gap. The anger here is rooted in our lived experience. This city bears measurable racial disparities in education and neighborhood investment. It's clear. When historical truth is defended in one arena and diluted in another, it signals it's dishonest. The real question is not about intelligence. It's about whether full American history, the actual history, is allowed to stand without selective editing. But here's the real truth. Anger isn't about heat. Organized anger is about power. So the question isn't whether Black Milwaukee should feel something. We should. But the question is whether we will demand data and transparency in education, track and direct, meaningful, full, that gives jobs, neighborhood investment, and insist on accuracy in the media. Because again, from where I sit, the cities that change are not the ones where the people complain the loudest. Otherwise, your breath is wasted.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 101.7 The Truth. All your favorite interviews and best moments live in one place.
You know, I'm working in the morning, and I was listening back on the Truth app.
Download the new 101.7 The Truth app now. Milwaukee Black Talk. 101.7 The Truth.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game. In 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 101.7 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about 4 walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. The award-winning 101.7 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence and the most monumental moments in our history all month long. We're honoring the voices, the stories, and the achievements that have shaped our past, empowers our present, and continues to inspire our future. Tune in to me today. I'll be spotlighting powerful facts and moments you need to know in Dr. Ken's Trivia. That's coming up soon. And Tori Lowe, Our Voices, Our Stories, amplifying the youth, the perspectives, the lived experiences that define who we are. Tune in all month as 1017 The Truth lifts up the legacy, the brilliance, and the power of Black history, because Black history isn't just history, it's happening every day. 1017 The Truth celebration of Black History Month is proudly sponsored by my credit union, Educators Credit Union, and Tabak Law, one of my favorite law firms in the city. 833-212-1017 is the number. I got so much stuff I got to give away today. I've got Gruber coming up today. I've got a Truth prize pack for Black History Trivia, and I got the Sound of Gospel to give away for the Bradley Symphony Orchestra this Sunday. So I'm kind of jealous because I can only go to Truth Community Awards. That's all I can do. Everybody else get to go everywhere else and win everything. And I guess that's just the trouble. So I was reading this story, and it's just one more thing to pop off about. I was reading this story, and another place in Milwaukee is closing. I don't know if you heard. This is from urbanmilwaukee.com. Sam's Place Jazz Cafe is winding down operations, and they plan to host their final service today. The jazz-focused coffee house is led by Sam Belton, who counts business ownership among his many descriptors: pastor, musician, barista, and educator. Belton cited economic challenges in his decision to close the cafe, which has offered locally roasted coffee from his own Abyssinia coffee roasters, along with brunch and live jazz music for nearly 5 years in the Harambe neighborhood. In an online post, Belton shared several paragraphs reflecting on the closure. Through the message, you could basically sum it up in 2 words: gone fishing. With his newfound free time, Belton plans to travel across Africa, spreading the gospel, and take part in regional gigs and enjoy peace on the water with a fishing line in hand. So that's unfortunate. But why does it keep happening? I don't understand. Why does it keep happening? We have stores and restaurants just closing and closing and closing and closing all over the city. I don't get it. What are your thoughts? 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me see. Let me take attendance. Let me see who's in study hall. Quanda. Hello, Lanita. What's going on? Good afternoon. Curly Q. Good afternoon. Sincere. What's up? I still remember all those mean, hateful things y'all said yesterday about religion. I was offended. I'm just letting y'all know now. I was offended. I really wasn't, but it really sounds good to complain on the radio when, people are watching. So, you know what? Since we're moving so slow right now, it's Friday. And here's the weird part. Whenever there's an event going on for the Truth, it's usually during my show, which I don't really understand that they can't wait till 6 o'clock and then do stuff. But since everybody is on their way downtown to go to the Truth Community Awards, y'all that's listening, if you're interested, I just want to remind you, in celebration of Black History Month, the Sounds of Gospel is coming to Bradley Symphony Center this Sunday at 3 o'clock. That's February 22nd. This powerful anthology takes you on a musical journey. It is phenomenal. Through the rich history and evolution of gospel music, featuring some of the greatest gospel voices in the country. The only way you're going to find out is to win a pair of tickets to see the Sounds of Gospel live at the Bradley Symphony Center this Sunday. Call 833-212-1017. That's the number. You need to be caller number 3 right now to win the tickets. 833-212-1017 is the number. Be caller number 3. You get a pair of tickets to go see the Sounds of Gospel coming to the Bradley Symphony Center this Sunday. And guess what? You know I got a way around it, right? If you don't call, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to give them away. Because I got it like that. 833-212-1017 is the number. Caller number 3 right now to see the sounds of gospel coming to the Bradley Symphony Center this Sunday, 3 o'clock. If you can make it and you call it number 3, let's rock it. But let me get back to Sam's Place. I've been there several times. I supported him on numerous occasions. I think that it was a great idea. I was not there during the jazz portion. No, I think I was there once. But by and large, I had a good time. The food was good. It wasn't that expensive, but it was great food. Had a few waiter issues, but that was also because it was coming out of the pandemic and coming out of COVID and all that. And so, young folk wasn't wanting to work. And so he had a few issues in that instance, but by and large, it was a great place. I don't know if we patronized it. Yeah. I could go into questions I have and things I didn't see and things that didn't occur. But, what can you do? I hope somebody picks up the mantle. There are a couple of new places that are in Milwaukee that I think are going to pick up some of that space. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. I don't get it, but yeah. It's unfortunate. So what's the first name of our winner? Mary. Congratulations, Mary. Y'all can stop calling now. I mean, unless you want to holler at me or pop off about something. 833-212-1017 is the number. So I want to congratulate Mary. She got a pair of tickets to go see the Sounds of Gospel coming to the Bradley Symphony Center this Sunday, February 22nd at 3 o'clock. I should show up. Who you taking? I'm free. Hey, Lucretia, how's it going? Crystal said, hey, Dr. Ken, I hope you don't feel bad. No, I don't feel bad. Come on. You know I don't have any feelings anyway, right? I don't have any feelings. I'm mean. I'm tough. I can take it. But I am kind of sad about the fact that Sam's Place today is his last day. So that kind of disturbs me. That definitely disturbs me. So interesting. That's like the third or fourth, and that's just what was reported as closing. There was was it Third Ward? There's a Third Ward business closing. There are a lot of businesses that are closing. And so what I don't want you to do is take that as being indicative of the economy being bad. For some people it's bad, but for a lot of people it's not. For a lot of people it's not bad. And so is it a struggle? Is it tough? Yes. Bad? I look at bad as being so poor I don't have a job and I don't have any money to feed my kids, to pay my rent, to put gas in my car. I don't have a job. I take that as being bad. If I'm unemployed, which means I'm looking, I think there's a chance. Now, is that pie in the sky? Is that me being hopeful? No. Because I got a lot more stuff to pop off about. When we come back, SDC is in the news again. And now with 1017 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazica.
Southbound on 41, backing up from just before Capitol Drive, stretching all the way down past Burleigh, so careful with that. We've also got delays southbound 43 from North Avenue down onto the high-rise bridge in the Marquette. Westbound 94, backing up from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound is backing up as well from 84th Street past 68th. And then we got some delays on the bypass, heading eastbound from 92nd Street all the way past Loomis. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy and windy, a low of 25. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, flurries with a high of 34. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
In celebration of Black History Month, it's coming to Milwaukee for one amazing performance. The Sounds of Gospel Music. February 22nd at 3 p.m. at Brady Symphony Center. The anthology depicting the rich history of the evolution of gospel music. The Sounds of Gospel. Featuring some of the greatest gospel singers in the country. Tickets on sale now at mso.org/concert/The Sound of Gospel. Presented by Second Chance Outreach.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Milwaukee Bucks are finally back in action tonight. They face the New Orleans Pelicans at the Smoothie King Center tonight at 7. You can listen to the game on 620 WTMJ Radio. Brewers extended Pat Murphy, the reigning two-time National League Manager of the Year, one of the highest paid managers now in Major League Baseball. New prospect pickup Jed Williams on Murph.
How could you not want to play for him and honestly just play as hard as you can for him every single day? You know, he's a great coach. I think just the expectation's very high. Just come in and work, and we're here to win, and it just goes to show.
First spring training game is tomorrow against the Guardians. In college hoops, number 24 ranked Badger basketball hosts Iowa on Sunday afternoon at 3. Marquette lost to St. John 76-71, and UWM is back at it tonight against the Detroit Titans. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
It's Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Now, you remember the last time we did trivia, right? The last time we did trivia, the questions were, who was the first black woman to earn a PhD in the United States of America? And the choices were Mary Church Terrell, Zora Neale Hurston, Anna Julia Cooper, or Septima Clark. And the answer was Anna Julia Cooper. And then the second question was W.E.B. Du Bois helped found which organization? See, that's why we ain't got some water. UNIA, NAACP, SCLC, or SNCC. And the answer was NAACP. And then last Friday, first caller got the question, Malcolm X's birth name was Malcolm King, Malcolm Johnson, Malcolm Little, or Malcolm Freeman. And the answer was, ding, Malcolm Little. So we've got some more questions coming up. I hope you can answer them because when we come back later bit, like a little bit, we're going to be coming up with it. But I wanted to talk about SBC. So SBC. Let's try SDC. I'm not talking about Southern Bell. Anyway, it's been 2 years since they shut down, and former workers and contractors still are trying to get paid. They stopped running anti-poverty programs and services in 2024. It left many employees and contractors unpaid for completed work. Nearly 2 years later, some of them have received a partial payment. Other people are still waiting. Deja Allen, a former housing intake specialist for SDC, is owed $2,518.09 in gross wages, according to her wage claim. She said she was out of work for 8 months, and the unpaid wages affected her tremendously as she figured out how to pay rent and bills. Allen said, I'm thankful for my family being able to assist me while I looked for other employment. SDC stopped running its anti-poverty programs, laid off staff in April of 2024. Since then, the agency has dealt with board turnover, lawsuits, and the loss of access to community action funding. So where are all the wage claims? Well, Wisconsin Department of Justice filed a lawsuit on behalf of the state's Department of Workforce Development that claims SDC owes, you ready, $360,000 in back wages and benefits to former employees. Sarah Woods, former youth and family services staff, was laid off when the agency paused in April 2024. She filed a wage claim with WDWD, with the Wisconsin DWD, Department of Workforce Development, for $4,756. Woods says she received an update from the state last May, like 2025, when a representative of SDC would not have more information until the legal process is completed. Wow. Department of Justice Attorney Michael D. Morris said at the status conference last month, said at the conference that William Sultan, SDC's former legal counsel, is still working behind the scenes with him on reaching a resolution and requested additional time. How are you requesting additional time if you're not working for SDC? What kind of nonsense is that? Then they got another status conference scheduled for 10:30 a.m., March 26th. This has gotten to the point where they need to just, let go. You're not getting your money. You're not going to get paid. You're not, I don't know what to say. Don't waste an attorney. This is me. If it were me, let me put it like that. If it were me, I would not waste an attorney bothering with people who aren't going to give you money. It's like getting blood from a turnip. It's not going to happen. And you can sue all you want. They don't have any money in abeyance. They don't have money sitting in some secret account. Yeah, we're going to sit this money over here, so we're going to pretend like, we'll just pretend like we don't have it. That's not going to happen. We know it's not going to happen. And it's unfortunate. And it was bad leadership from the very beginning. Curly Q said, that first question about a PhD earner had no multiple choice questions when you gave it originally. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. How would you pick it? How would you pick it? To Google it, Chat GPT, Gemini, Grok, whatever you use, and be able to find it. Melody said, this was a nonprofit, another example of a nonprofit. Can't stand them. No performance reviews, no check and balance. One of the many storefront-only nonprofits that, well, true but not true. I don't know if you can do a blanket indictment of all nonprofits. There are some nonprofits that do great things, and then some of them work themselves out of a business. I don't understand running a nonprofit to stay in business and pay checks. Like, if you're there to eradicate a problem, then eradicate the problem. Does that make sense? Eradicate the problem. If you're here to curb hunger and you make sure everybody got food and access to food, then you should go out of business. You shouldn't be perpetuating, $500,000 jobs for people to get paid because it's coming from government grants. Or people giving you money. Now, there's some nonprofits that do phenomenal work on private donations from companies and individuals, like the Boy Scouts. They do phenomenal work. Like Big Brothers, Big Sisters. They do phenomenal work. Like Boys and Girls Club. They do phenomenal work. NAACP, Urban League, all that. But then we got some of these, I'm going to help youth. Now we should watch you double because what? Because of so many things that are happening with that, like that Crowder woman from Kenosha that got 51 and a half years in prison for sexually assaulting boys under 13. Like, who does that? So we have to be really careful. And parents are scared. Parents are terrified that something's going to happen to their kid. So in that instance, I get it. But at some point, we just need to remember that SDC was created and supported by the city, the county, and the state of Wisconsin. And they had great things going on. And they dropped the ball. And we saw the balls being dropped years ago, but nobody did anything about it. Jaime Hurtado said SDC had one of the best and most robust weatherization divisions. He's the owner and president of Insulation Technologies, or InTech, and worked with SDC for more than 20 years. SDC received funding for the work through Wisconsin's Weatherization Assistance Act. Wisconsin Department of Administration suspended participation in March of 2024 and began a forensic accounting after it reported a misallocation of funds. They had built a professional top-tier delivery service, a program to deliver these services and weatherization for people who needed it most. It's a heartbreak to see that go out of existence. It's amazing. So now the department refuses to reimburse SDC for nearly, you ready for this, $490,000 in weatherization work and let it continue accumulating expenses before shutting down the program. InTech and two other contractors, Affordable Heating and Air Conditioning and DMJ Services, LLC, otherwise known as Action Heating and Cooling, sued SDC on claims that it failed to pay for weatherization work completed under the contract, get this, in 23 and 24. Now, a judge granted the contractors money judgment of $186,517.03 plus statutory costs and interest in October, and about $112,500 of that would go to InTech, but it hasn't been collected yet. John Yakish, owner of Micro Analytical Incorporated, says his asbestos testing lab has not been paid for 90% of its contracts it had before they closed. He said it wasn't that big a deal, estimating the remaining unpaid work cost around $2,300. And I know there's other people out there where it was a much bigger deal. So it's hard for me to complain. But think about this. These contractors now lost work. And what will they do? I think it's unfortunate. You have any thoughts? Things you want to pop off about? 833-212-1017 is the number. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, and I am a member of Educators Credit Union, where your money is powered by purpose. Educators Credit Union community advocates. They're driven to uplift the Milwaukee community with donations to local organizations such as Milwaukee Tool Library and sponsorship of events, large and small, that take place in our backyard. Like I did, make the switch at ECU.com. That's ECU.com. Educators Credit Union, insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility is required. I guess we need to start lining them up. Dr. Ken's Black History Trivia is on. 833-212-1017 is the number. Whoever wins first gets a Truth Prize Pack right here. 833-212-1017 is the number. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, me.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
On Friday night, the Milwaukee Panthers head to Michigan to take on Horizon League Conference foe, the Detroit Mercy Titans.
And Dorcia slip it right at the top. Elam contested three, and it doesn't matter. He buried it anyway. 20 to shoot. Elam will. No on the three to the top. Ricochet. Dorcius. He'll take the three, and he'll bury it.
Scott Warris has the coverage starting at 5:30 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 6 o'clock.
This is 101.7 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris, and the time is now, Milwaukee. You know, perspective is essential. What I found is the news behind the news is more important. I want you to leave my show with a sense of knowing what was missing that adds depth to the conversation. Tune in Monday through Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. on the new 101.7 The Truth, the Truth app, or 101.7thetruth.com.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 101.7 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, the Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number if you want to take Dr. Ken's trivia. You'll win a prize pack for the truth. So come on now. 833-212-1017 is the number. If nobody gets it, we'll have to do 2 next week, and then they'll just be loaded up, and you'll see somebody walking down the street with some truth gear on and be like, "Where'd you get that? I ain't never seen that before," and that's because you didn't play. And so they got a prize pack waiting for you. Now I'm out next week. I'll be here Monday and Tuesday, and so Tuesday I'll be doing the last trivia giveaway for the month. So make sure you hang out. Make sure you hang around. 833-212-1017 is the number. Curly Q, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. How you?
Hi, Dr. Ken. How are you?
About time you called in. You was talking all kind of nonsense on.
First of all,
yes, ma'am.
Shout out to the chat. I'm always going to shout out to the YouTube chat.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, you did not provide for multiple choice because Sherwin had called in and distracted you. So you never got to what the multiple choice was.
Well, if I didn't, I apologize. But I think I did.
See? You didn't. It's Pop Off Friday. You didn't, Dr. Ken. You can rewind the tape.
So you popping off on me?
Neither here nor there.
You popping off on me?
It's popped off.
Okay. All right, you ready?
I'm ready. It better be as easy as Malcolm X's original last name.
Well, watch this. Since you're the only caller, we might have to, give a little down a little. Down. All right. So here we go. The Buffalo Soldiers were Navy Engineers, Black Cavalry Regiment, Air Force pilots, or Marines?
Black Cavalry Regiment.
Congratulations, you won. There you go.
Yay.
That's what I'm talking about. So congratulations, you won a...
Thank you.
Something it took me a year and a half to get, a prize pack from 1017. Look, listen. When we first started, I spent all of 2021 watching people walk around with hats and scarves and jackets and raincoats and bucket hats. And I'm like, do I get something? They gave me a wristband.
No.
One of them little rubber wristbands you put that nobody sees because your shirt covered up. I'm like, really?
Get no respect.
No love whatsoever. So congratulations, Curly Q.
Can I ask you a question before I hang on or whatever I have to do?
Yes, ma'am.
I did ask a question in YouTube chat, and I'm very serious. What is the spot you think, or what are some places you think we could support now that Sam's is closing?
There's a new place that opened up called Summer of 85.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
And I was there last night. I love it.
Nice.
Now,
I have to check it out. I have not had the opportunity.
Now, understand something about Summer of 85. Summer of 85 is for people that are over the age of 30, and you ain't getting none of the music you want to get if you listen to music that's out today.
No, and that's my vibe. That's my vibe.
Yep.
I have memories from the Summer of 85, so it would be appropriate.
Don't we all?
I hope so. If not, then that's not the place for you.
That is true.
But thank you so much.
All right, well, hang on.
It's nice to talk to you, Dr. Ken.
Same here. All right, hang on. Don't go nowhere. 833-212-1017 is the number. So, yeah, I'm a little torn. I'm just bothered by SDC being gone. But then my question to you is, should they give up? Should they just give up? I mean, the bottom line is it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And I don't know if, Milwaukee can only take so many losses of things, They can only take so many things just crashing and burning before people just, give up. But we shouldn't give up. We should hang in there. We should definitely hang in there. Just saying. But it's getting to the point where we're losing everything. We're losing it. We are losing it. So remember, Truth Nation, the second annual Truth Community Awards is this Friday, today, right now, in a few, and you don't want to miss it. So you can get your tickets if you still want to come downtown and hang out with us at 3rd Street Market Hall in Venue 3. You can get your tickets by going to 1017truthawards.com, 1017truthawards.com, and celebrate Andre Douglas and Erica Crowley and Farina Brooks, Joseph Addison, Melody McCurtis, and Shawana Lindenberg. And we want to thank them. You should thank them for all the work that they do making a difference in our community. Of course, the Truth Community Awards are presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel and sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, and Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market. So I think it's pretty cool. Make sure you hang out. Homer Blow and Bailey Coleman will be the hosts. That's what we'll be doing. We'll be hanging out. I even dressed up today. Well, I didn't dress up. I had to go teach class today, so I had to wear clothes. So, no, don't come naked. Dress casual at best, but don't be flashing up in there, coming through. I'm gonna go to Facebook. No, not Facebook. I'm gonna go to LinkedIn, and I think I'm gonna just broadcast for a minute on LinkedIn and see what's going on. Let y'all see what's going on. Oh, I see that. I'm having fun and all that stuff. So I think it'll be great. So next Tuesday, right? Make sure you listen to my show during Black History Month. Next Tuesday is the last one. It's not just questions, it's culture. Facts they don't teach you and stories that matter. We'll test what you know. It'll be the last one on Truth in the Afternoon with me. I'm going to stop saying Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris because it sounds redundant. So I'll just say Truth in the Afternoon with me, or join me on Truth in the Afternoon. If you want official contest rules, go to goodkarmabrands.com. So we did that. In the 5 o'clock hour, I'm going to be doing my top 5 at 5. And I got a Gruber qualifier. So today, 3 people going to leave in a really great way. Hey, I want to remind you the award-winning 1017 The Truth is proud home of Milwaukee Panthers basketball. Panthers basketball is back tonight. UWM travels to Detroit Mercy Titans in a Horizon League showdown. Scott Juarez has the coverage starting at 5:30 p.m. today on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off is set for 6 o'clock. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. Top 5 at 5 up next.
On Friday night, the Milwaukee Panthers head to Michigan to take on Horizon League Conference foe, the Detroit Mercy Titans.
And Dorcia slip it right at the top. Elam contested 3, and it doesn't matter. He buried it anyway. 20 to shoot. Elam will. No on the 3 to the top. Ricochet. Dorcius. He'll take the 3, and he'll bury it.
Scott Juarez has the coverage starting at 5:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 6 o'clock.
Never miss a moment of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on the new 1017 The Truth.
You know who's responsible for those kids' safety? Everybody at Waterford High School. The police, the law, decency, morality is responsible for those kids' safety. Had the Rufus King High School students been physically attacked, that's not the fault of the coach. That's blaming the victim. Come on, you know better than that. It would be the fault of the attacker.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Injured at work, unable to work due to health problems, or denied veteran benefits you're entitled to? Last year, Tayback Law returned over $73 million in wrongfully denied VA and Social Security benefits to people in our communities. Tayback Law celebrates Black History Month by bringing its message to 101.7 The Truth. The team is thrilled to see Milwaukee achieve this exciting new outlet for speaking truth to power. And Tayback Law is always ready to fight for you. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress?
Do the wiggles. The slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
He's just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Associated Bank. Your money works here. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Melody says, thanks, summer of 85. Thanks for the tip. Black Calvary. Yes, it was. Dang it. Curly said, I'm behind, but I'm calling anyway. Yeah, and look at what happened. So congratulations to Curly Q. She won the Truth Prize Pack for Dr. Ken's Black History Trivia. Next Tuesday, y'all better be ready. Y'all better be ready. Y'all better be ready because I got a question. I got some questions. She said I should have waited until next week as a baby birthday gift. You do know you can get a birthday gift anytime during the year. Stop. What do you mean? Oh, goodness. Wow. Is that something to the effect of looking a gift horse in the mouth? Okay,
Got to be nice. Curly Q won. I don't want Curly Q coming after me. You know, y'all be hearing them voices. Dr. Ken, be like, uh-oh, what I do? What I do? I don't want to get myself in trouble. Because you know, I get myself in trouble a lot. And then I get hollered at. You know, I got hollered at the other day. You know, first Al came after me. You know, everybody else be beating me up. And, you know, I'm sensitive. Y'all hurt my feelings and everything. So, you know, I'm just saying. Let me see. Before I do my top 5 at 5, let me see if there's any. Because, you know, every time I do this, breaking news happens. And then I'll be like, wait, what? Let me see. Team USA is battling Canada for the Olympic gold. And the women just beat the Canadian women's hockey team to take the gold. They had 4 UW players. And the young lady, I think she was from Wisconsin, that scored the winning goal in overtime. I know Layla Edwards gave her the assist. She's the only black female player there, so that was pretty cool. So she got the assist. So, you know. Well, it really don't matter because she got a gold medal. So, you know, that kind of does that too. And then the bobsled winner, she's a black female from somewhere where they don't seem to bobsled. Like, that's just a weird thing. Remember they had well, no, you probably weren't alive. Remember they had the Jamaican bobsledders? You remember when they had and they had Jamaican, like, what did you practice in? Hey, we're going to go to Chicago to practice. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. I think your blood's too thin. You might last a week. Might last a week. They don't call Chicago the Windy City for nothing. But then again, you could just start a fire, which I think, like, Marquette University did that all by themselves.
Number 5.
From JS Online, a new report identified Marquette University among 41 institutions nationally that were leveraging their financial aid to lure affluent students while pushing lower-income families to risky loans that they may be unable to pay back. Brian Troyer, Marquette's vice president for enrollment management, said the report mischaracterized Marquette's approach as one of malintent. Let me get that right. He said the university has increased its need-based aid over time and has frank conversations with families in financial aid counseling sessions. Here's what I would want to see. When you have to sign up for it and you tell me if I want to sign up, you put a time limit on it, so I got to rush to sign up for something and can't read it? That. Because I've seen schools do that. You only get 24 hours to sign up for it. You got to make up your mind whether or not. You got to stop doing that because you're forcing kids to take loans and they get scared. You should have at least a week to decide whether or not you want to take a loan and come up with alternatives. But that's a problem. And I don't know if they do that, but I've seen schools do that. Troyer said in a Milwaukee Journal Sentinel interview, some of those verbs they use were using like pushed or encouraged. Just practically speaking, it's just not true. So then prove it. Talk to the individuals. Well, here's what they know. New America, a left-leaning think tank that produced the report, explored the practice of financial aid leveraging, where data and algorithms help determine the exact price point at which different students with different types of students would enroll to ensure institutions don't spend more than is necessary to woo them. The report alleged that Marquette and other universities offer financial aid to more desirable students, including high-achieving applicants who can help institutions climb and closely watch college rankings, and wealthy students who can also help institutions financially, both in the short term and down the road as future donors. Now, the report said these schools generally do not engage in financial aid leveraging to keep their doors open or fill seats. They're doing so to rise in their rankings, increase their revenues, and compete against their rivals. But the strategy leaves low-income families with large funding gaps. And a third of Marquette families are taking out risky loans are considered low income. So I guess it just proves the old adage that college is for the dumb rich and the smart poor.
Number 4.
That's what I heard. I didn't say that myself. Also from JS Online, providing fresh groceries and box lunches for neighborhood youth and Narcan kits wasn't enough to sway staunch community opposition to a Sherman Park gas station remaining open past midnight. Seva Citgo Mart, 3114 North Sherman, was denied an application to remain open 24 hours. Sonny Singh, the station's owner, sought to deviate from his normal business hours of 6 a.m. to midnight by only 2 hours. He wanted the station to remain open until 2. The Licenses Committee for the Common Council voted yesterday to deny the license based on residents' testimony on the negative effects extending the hours would have on the community. And as a resident of Sherman Park, I actually agree with the Common Council. Thank you so very much. Uh-oh. We got 2 teens that were arrested.
Number 3.
From Fox6Now.com, I don't know if you heard, but a police chase ended on Thursday night when they crashed and 2 teenagers were arrested. Milwaukee police say at about 8:14 p.m., officers tried to stop a vehicle for reckless driving near 37th and Hampton. They refused to stop. It's always the teens who can't drive. And the vehicle chase started. The chase ended when the suspect ran a red light, crashed into another vehicle on 60th and Silver Spring, and the suspect vehicle crashed into another vehicle, and then stopped. What we know is that the driver, 15-year-old male, ran away, but was arrested. Because, they don't train people how to run from the police. The passenger of the suspect vehicle, a 14-year-old female, was arrested after she ran away. The vehicle they were in was determined to be stolen. So you got a 14-year-old male and a 15-year-old male and a 14-year-old female, both in a stolen car, driving, crashed, tried to run, and got caught. Criminal charges will be preferred by the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office. What do you do with a 14-year-old? Like, I don't even know if you can, can you lock him up? Well, Supreme Court of the United States finally gave Donald Trump a loss.
Number 2.
This from CNN.com. Doubling down on tariffs, well, President Donald Trump announced he would impose a 10% global tariff on top of the levies already in place after the Supreme Court ruled that his sweeping emergency tariffs are illegal. In a 6-3 ruling, 6-3, Justices Amy Coney Barrett, Neil Gorsuch joined Chief Justice John Roberts and 3 liberal justices in the 6-3 ruling. Now, Trump can levy new. Let me go back. His new levies, the extra 10%, can take effect for 150 days, barring congressional approval for an extension. Meanwhile, the president signaled a protracted legal battle over whether his administration now has to pay companies billions of dollars in tariff refunds. Now, what people don't know is that usually when you give tariffs, I think the last time they did that, they had to give refunds, because somebody decided they wanted to go out of their way to say, hey, we're going to just give you a tariff. Well, you can't do that, and companies have to pay them, which means it gets passed on to us. The problem I have is that if you give the money back to the company, is the company going to give the money back to the person who paid? That's the problem. Another big issue, it usually takes 2 years to get your money.
Number 1.
This from Fox6Now.com. The Wisconsin State Legislature finally comes through. Women in Wisconsin will soon be eligible to receive expanded Medicaid coverage for up to a year after giving birth, following a near unanimous passage of a measure yesterday by the Wisconsin Assembly that will leave Arkansas as the only state yet to expand such benefits. So here's the story. Wisconsin Democrats and even most Republicans have pushed for years to expand Medicaid coverage for new mothers, only to be blocked by Republican Assembly Speaker Robin Vos, who is now retiring. Vos had argued that he opposed expanding welfare programs, but he relented late on Wednesday because he's, 1, retiring, and 2, it didn't make any sense. The entire legislature is against you. The Assembly on last night was unanimously passed another bill with bipartisan support to require Now get this, insurance to cover additional cancer screenings for women with dense breast tissue. The Medicaid bill passed, get this, 95-1. Both measures are overwhelmingly passed by the Senate already, meaning it'll go to Democratic Governor Tony Evers, who's expected to sign them next week. Now, Arkansas is the only state, and you know who Arkansas is run by, I won't say her name, the governor, without expanded Medicare coverage for new mothers. There are some things in life we just have to pay for. There are some things in medical, right? Because we might think it is, but medicine is not a right. Healthcare is not a right. But if you're going to pay for it, like when you pick a mother who just had a baby to help pay for it, doesn't make any sense to me. 833-212-1017 is the number. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon, and I want to remind you, the award-winning 1017 The Truth proudly celebrates Black excellence and the most monumental, can't say that word either, monumental moments in our history. All month long, we're honoring the voices, the stories, and the achievements that have shaped our past, empowered our present, and continue to inspire our future. Tune in, like you just heard, on Tuesday, Dr. Ken's Black History Month trivia, spotlighting powerful facts and moments you need to know. And Tori Lowe's Our Voices, Our Stories, amplifying the youth, the perspectives, and lived experiences that define who we are. Tune in all month as 1017 The Truth lifts up the legacy, the brilliance, and the power of Black history, because Black history isn't just history. It's happening every day. 1017 The Truth celebration of Black History Month is proudly sponsored by Educators Credit Union and Tayback Law.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all is right. Truth Nation, now's your chance to be our one call, that's all Gruber 5K giveaway qualifier for the day. Yes, you can be entered in to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Be caller number 4 right now at 833-212-1017, and you'll be entered in to win the $5,000 giveaway with the award-winning 1017 The Truth and Gruber Law Offices. Again, caller number 4 at 833-212-1017 is the number. Remember, if your loved one has ever been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. Visit them at gruber-law.com. That's gruber-law.com. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Half of American parents cannot afford diapers. Hi, this is WTMJ's Kristen Bry. This spring, WTMJ and the Milwaukee Diaper Mission are teaming up to change that. Join me for WTMJ Cares, Bowling for Babies, where we will raise funds for Milwaukee Diaper Mission. Register to bowl with us on March 7th at Village Bowl in Menominee Falls. Registration is now open. Go to WTMJCares.com to sign up. Act quickly, teams will fill up fast. It's WTMJ Cares, Bowling for Babies to help the Milwaukee Diaper Mission.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Shirley, you are the winner. Congratulations. You're our Gruber 5K giveaway entry for the day. Make sure you listen. Monday through Friday, one lucky show between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. is going to give you a chance to be our one call, that's all Gruber 5K giveaway entry for the day. So make sure you do that. Make sure you hang out. Make sure you come around, because otherwise it'll be tough. So what is Black liberty? Yeah, we're gonna break in a few minutes, but I was in an article at news1.com that talked about this year marks the 100th anniversary of Black History Month, founded by one of my favorite people, Dr. Carter G. Woodson. Celebration and remembrance, and he was born in Virginia and all that. But so for many Black people, the ability to go where they want, when they want, on their own dime, is that a measure of liberty? Like, we got all the policies that are going on and jobs you can't get and businesses you can't start and all that. But we've got some great work. We've got some great people that have done marvelous things and made a lot of money and hired a lot of people and did, John Johnsons of the world and Ebony Magazine and, BET and Bob Johnson and all. We've got great things. But when we talk about liberty, is it the same for us as everybody else? Well, how do we measure liberty? Many times people measure it by, I want to go to Dubai. So they go to the airport, buy a ticket, or they go online, buy a ticket, get on a plane and go to Dubai on their own dime when they want to go where they want to. Is that a measure? And I'm just asking, 833-212-1017, is that a measure of liberty? Because everything seems to come down to economics. Would you say that's a measure of actual liberty? I don't know. I don't know. I hope so. So does that mean? So does that mean those that can't do it don't have liberty? I don't know. All I know is that it feels like liberty when you can. And I do fairly well enough that if I decide I want to go somewhere, I go buy a ticket and then I wait, I pack, and I leave. And then I come back. And it's just one of the. Now, could I always do that? Oh, God, no. No. My salary when I started working at the Milwaukee Police Department was $26,800. That was in 1993. When I got my first job full-time in 1985, my starting salary was $14,800. There's a thing about 800 that somebody just said, you're always going to get paid 800. Oh, okay, 800. And that was it. And it was just, one of those things. And I never understood it till now. Now I can kind of, I think I'll go where you want to go, right? Where can I go? I can just go, my favorite place, Arizona. My favorite place, Florida. My favorite place, Seattle, Detroit. I don't like New York, especially since they got a new mayor. He's crazy. But, hey, that's how it goes. Hey, want to say thank you for hanging out with me. Pop Off Friday. Had a great time. Also, second annual Truth Community Awards is still going on. You can go to 1017truthawards.com. You can still get a ticket and show up and be there and have a great time. All right? Hey, I will see you there in about an hour. God bless. Take care. Make sure you listen to the basketball game on rebroadcast because I need you at the Truth Awards. All right? Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you. God bless. Take care. I'm out.
Be quiet.
Disabled semi on eastbound 894 right at the Loomis ramp. So that's good news. Bad news is we've got problems as far as delays are concerned.